So in this little video clip, we're going to learn how to make a text box in Google Slides. So a lot of you have done this before, but I'm going to show you a couple little tips and tricks. We're going to be making a lot of text boxes this year when we're home remote, and you're going to be asked to make a text box. Sometimes I'm going to want you to put a border around it, and we're just going to go some rules on fonts and everything. So up at the top here, you see a bunch of little icons. The icon with the box that says with the T in it, and there's a box around it, is a text box. So you're going to click on that. And when you do, you're going to get a little plus sign. That plus sign shows when you click down with your finger or with a mouse that it's going to create a box. So if I want it over here, I'll do it over here. If I want it over here, I'm going to put it right here. And if you notice, I got a blue line. I'm still holding down my mouse right now. If you were on a Chromebook or a laptop, you would be holding down your finger. Until I release, the box doesn't make the box. So I can decide how big I want the box. If I change my mind later and I want it smaller or bigger, I can make it bigger. But for right now, I'm just going to start right here, nice and small. I don't really need it that big. So you get a blue line with some squares on the side. Any of these squares that you put your arrow on will allow you to make the text box bigger or smaller. This one up here will allow you to rotate it any way you want. For the most part, you're probably not going to need to rotate it, but in case you do. So here's the box. I'm going to just put welcome to 5th grade. So I'm going to put that in there. And let's say I want to change my font. So I'm going to go to my fonts. I'm okay with you changing your fonts on most things. I'll tell you if I don't, but I want you to pick something that is, legible. I don't want you to pick something that's too fancy. So Comic Sans is a good one. Now, if I don't want it to be like that, and I want it a little bigger, I can just extend it like this. And I can also center it here. And if, let's say I want it to be right in the middle of the box, I can use these little arrows. This will make the text go up. This one will make the text go down, like that. Or let's say I wanted it right in the middle, I can do that. Now, let's say I want, like this box over here, let's say I want a border around it. So if you go over here, these 3 lines, this is border weight. Well, I'm going to apply a border. I like to do a 2 or a 3 point border weight. Anything bigger is like way too big. I don't want you to do anything like that. It's going to take up too much space. So I wouldn't really do anything unless it's specific, something that you need it. I wouldn't really do any bigger than a 3. And then I'm going to pick a border color. I'm going to pick red. So here I have my text box with my message in there. Okay. And again, if you're allowed to, for the most part, we're going to keep it a black font. But if you want to change the color of the fonts, if I'm giving you permission to, you can do so here. And I wouldn't ever use like anything like yellow because you wouldn't be able to see it. All right. Let me know if you have any other questions.